Hello everyone, Nova Terra brought the Water Filtration Boat with it in this update. And well, we're definitely gonna need that for toxic algae, because with all the water purifiers I've placed up to now, we only filtered 7.1% of what we need to do. However, the last hurdle, before we can craft one of these, is creating an atmospheric control tower. This building needs an absolute ton of power, being 5,000 megawatts. What the hell was that train doing? So, let's see. First of all, nuclear power. That means, though, that we have to cut that off and split this. Should be easy enough. It's been backing up quite a bit, so should be a ton in the system. Alright, that can go over to there. It needs 6 a minute. It actually tells it now. That's interesting. It never used to. Now we need water. I'm not 100% sure how much water, but something tells me Tier 2 water pump will probably do the job. Yep, it did. Uranium's going in. There we go, 5,600 megawatts of power added to this, which means the atmospheric control center can now be built. Honestly, probably want to have more, because it is going to take a while, so if you really want to speed things up, be prepared to place down another either nuclear plants or a lot of geothermal. Well, in the meantime, I have another fun little project. Seeing as this is going to take a while. What I want to do is I want to place area fertilizers all over the map here. Well, all over the map, mainly the starting island. I want to make this island look a little nicer. Oh, this is not what I had in mind, man. Wait, can we go inside? Oh, I cannot go inside the greenhouse. There's actually a barrier underneath. The mist is setting in, making this even harder, of course. So I'm looking at this, and maybe instead of doing the entire island, what I want to do is do this brown spot, like it looks a little browner here. Do this side of the island. And then maybe place one in the middle here, so the middle of this mountainous region becomes a little greener. You can already see the trees growing on the other side there. Nice. I think I placed enough of them down so that the entire area will become green. Alright, and after all of that, 13 out of 50. Yeah, we might want to place down another one. I think it would look cool if there is one on this main island. We would need a ton of geothermal power. I think we can easily do that. But first, how much is one of them generating on this island? Because it's not like it's cold here. Well, it produces the least amount. Probably because it isn't hot here. I guess that's just its criteria. Is it hot zone? No. You get less power, man. I think if we place down one more, we have enough power in the area. And then let's have it on this ridge here. I think that could look cool. It's at 99% power. Oh, one of the geothermal plants isn't done building yet. It's weird that it works that way, and like you cannot place it down and it immediately works. Unlike some of these other structures that take power, they immediately take the power. Well, I see like any good builder, we're not doing the interior. I wonder, is that even gonna stick out over the map here? Or over the mountain? I don't think so, right? Because I want to build my base in this area right here. Which means we're gonna have to fix up some stuff later. Especially with all this machinery here and this wind turbine mess that we got going on. I like wind turbines, but this has to be fixed. It's like one geothermal plant and all this can go. After that we can just place them down for aesthetic purposes. It is still crazy slow though. So it would probably be worth placing down a couple more around the planet. It's also the last one we can place for right now because it takes an absolute ton of composite beams. And those aren't that fast to make. But yeah, there we go. These work at maximum power, so that's great. I do happen to know that we're going to need an absolute ton of composite beams next, because the buildings we're going to have to place down require a lot of them. Now I tried optimizing the machine I have for it. It's still not going super fast, but unless I place multiple machines down, it's not going to go any faster than it already is. But you know what, I have to wait anyway for quite a while because it's only a 25 out of 50. So, I'm just going to craft a whole bunch here. So I'll see you guys whenever the atmospheric control thing is done. And there we go. Terraformation stage 8. So for the next one we would have to build habitats. We also see water filtered now on our map. Or on this. We unlock teleport pods? Oh, that could be interesting as well. But first, something I was looking forward to this entire time after I read it in the patch notes. The Water Filtration Boat. Seeing as it's under vehicles, I'm gonna imagine that we have to steer it ourselves. Let's see how this is gonna go. Place in the water. It has no energy. Energy cells and energy crystals. So, let's first make a couple energy cells. Just make 3 of the nuclear ones. Both will never run out of power. Then I need to figure out where the crystal energy cells were at. That shouldn't be that difficult. I just need to figure out what it took again. Energy, energy, energy. There we go. Amethyst. I don't think we're currently producing those anymore, because I never set up the new one for it. But we should still have a ton of them in the warehouse here. Well, looks like we haven't actually stored up many energy cells. We'll worry about the repercussions later of not building a new system for that. But I think annoyingly, the only place we can make that is over here. I wonder how big the radius is, because we're gonna have a lot of filtering to do. And this boat, I doubt is automatic, if I can control it. Unless it works similarly to the train, where if you push it forwards, it does something. Now let's see, we slap in the energy cells, so it will go for 200 minutes. Then we put in the energy crystals. 42 minutes. Can I leave now? Oh, I can't even wait for a second here either. Alright, let's go around the island, see how fast it goes. I think it goes really fast, because all this is already purified. Yeah. That's insane. It's purifying right in front of our eyes. Also, the power is not going down, weirdly enough. Terraformation crystals are, though. I actually love this a lot. Oh, went underneath a train. It feels like it's purifying less here, or that may have just been a visual something. We need these boats in the other planets as well. Can make nice water. Oh, look at that sunrise. My god. Or sunset. I'm not sure how big the radius is of our boat. I feel like it's probably pretty big, so we can probably stay away farther from shore. And now it's getting nighttime, so it's going to be harder to see if we actually do our job here or not. But alright, we've done an entire circle around the island. Well, let's see how much percent that is worth. 8%. Oh, no, never mind. 16%. That's still, though, I mean, that's a huge chunk, man. But again, mostly we were sticking around shore, so I think we were not optimizing that at all. Seeing as it is nighttime, I think one of our next goals is going to be placing down the habitats. And then in the morning, we'll go and filter around some of the other islands. Let's see, we need 5 tier 1s and 2 tier 2s. Now I want to place those somewhere around the shoreline here too. Oh, we need advanced panels now for these. I thought we needed composite beams, but I guess not. Well, we only need 2 of these, so it's not like it's super bad. I'd like to have a somewhat flat spot, like right there, I guess. Let's see, and then 5 of these tier 1s. I want to have them kind of in the mountains. I think that could look cool. I think they're overlapping now with the other one, but that's fine. I wish I would keep more of the mountain and not carve it all out. Let's place a couple around here. And then one more on top. And that should be 5 of them. Let's see how that looks from down below. I hope pretty good. You can't really see the ones in the back. Well, you can see over there. I think we need something big over in that direction. I mean, we have a ton of resources. May as well place down another one of these tier 2 habitats. Actually, no, hold up a second, because Earthlink communication tower, we would need these items. Energy crystals. Alright, boat, come back. We need a few. I'm also guessing this is going to take a ton of power. 3,000, but not actually as bad as I thought it would. I'm actually wondering about those teleport pods, right? Do we unlock those on the other planets as well? Or is it just this one? Also, yeah, quantum processors and energy crystals. I feel like we're gonna have to set up machines for that if I really wanted to maximize those. I think you get them a little late in your adventure, realistically, to use them. Earthlink can go up here. We'll carve out quite a large chunk of this mountain, but it's fine. It does require a couple geothermal plants, though, in order to run. And then let's have a couple on the shore here. And that should be enough to run Earthlink. And I also think building this is our last major terraformation project. So that is just filtering all the water. Which I'll start with everything we see in front of us. The planet looks so different when it's all green. I love it a lot. Yeah, we reached the last one for right now. Actually, I don't even think we had to place down Earthlink thinking about it. But it looks good as hell. Alright, time to go back into the boat. Give it back its energy cells. Going out in the open like this, it should maximize the amount that we're doing. Yeah, you can see that we're doing quite a lot, but percentage-wise, it's not that much. I wonder up to how far we can actually go outwards. Because I would like to purify quite a lot of this. But I don't think that's going to be something for today to look at. I feel like it also just becomes brighter when you enter a area that is fully purified. With both trees as well as water in this case. And I can't prove it, but the game sure looks a lot brighter than it used to. I will admit though, the time sink for sailing around on the boat is quite big. For this one task, we're only at 25%. Like, we're purifying a lot, but I don't feel like it's really showcasing that much, I guess, in purification percentages. Then again, it's probably more realistic than whatever the regular game has. Because it's like, oh, place down a couple trees and you're done for the entire planet. No, now we really have to purify what feels like the entire bloody ocean. I will say though, each and every planet having their own items, as well as own things you gotta worry about, it's been pretty good so far. I do wish that some of the things we unlock from previous islands would be taken to other ones. Like this boat could be pretty nice, the purified entire lakes, just to make it look prettier. But also, for example, on the previous planet, which I forgot the name of, but it was the one with all the floating islands, you had access to portable water, I would say, like a water collector, pretty much, because there was no water on that entire planet. That would be pretty helpful on some of these islands, like this one, for example. It is pretty big, so if you want to have, let's say, water right here in the middle, you're gonna have to create quite a long pipeline. I also wonder when they're planning to add more terraformation stages, because going up to Earthlink has been the goal since, well, the beginning of the game, pretty much. The beginning of early access. I'm guessing the rest comes in update 1.0. Which I'm not 100% sure when it's going to happen. I know that there's going to be one more planet. I really hope they add more though, because this game is a lot of fun. And terraforming these planets with these unique debuffs, I guess. I don't know, these unique environments is kind of interesting. Even though you technically do the same thing over and over again. Because the first planet, I think it had a lot of radiation, which was the main concern. It wasn't that bad. The second one was Ocean World, which had giant tidal waves come in every once in a while. That would wreck some of your early game power, as well as you. Then we also had floating islands. Now we have toxic algae in the water, which isn't really that bad, I would say. But the story behind it was more so interesting, I guess, in this case. Because it's basically working together with a couple scientists from decades ago. The dude has died by now, but thanks to him we are actually able to purify this lake now. Or this entire body of water, I guess. Because let me tell you, the process itself isn't that interesting. I've basically done the entire upper half of the map. Because I started here, I guess there's a little bit on this side still, but this entire chunk has basically been done. And we're just over halfway. So I feel like we really have to do like all the water that's around these islands. Which is kind of nuts. That's a lot. It is pretty good though to be able to look behind and not see all this toxic mist. Which really makes it feel like that we're doing something to this planet. That's really the neat thing I think about some of these terraformation games, like Eden Crafters here for example, or Planet Crafter. It really does feel like you have some impact on the planet. In Eden Crafters I do think it's more local, like wherever the heck you decide to build. Because there's trees, it becomes brighter, or at least it feels like it's becoming a lot brighter. Of course you can change the temperatures as well, which is pretty nice. Really feels like you have an impact over the world. Planet Crafter, on the other hand, You feel the same, but it's more planet-wide that you have the impact over. So it feels a bit different. But I like them both for different reasons like that. Right, I think we've basically done everything around the main islands. I mean, I guess there's parts here in between, but there's no way that's like another 25%. And I wish you could actually see in like the middle what you did and what you didn't do. But I wonder if we just go out like so. Does the percentage filter go up? Yes. So I guess we may as well grab a large chunk of the outer border. Because there's no islands in the way, so this is all just toxic algae out here. And the sun is starting to set again. It does look pretty nice though. I'm getting really far away from the main islands as well. And this water doesn't look like it's getting purified anymore. Is that... That is not getting purified anymore. Uh-oh. What's going on? I am stuck. I think we are somewhere we're not supposed to be because we're probably too far off the map. Oh no. That's not good. Let's take all our stuff. Destroy the ship and... Huh. No, I'm just stuck here. Okay. That looks pretty weird down there. Let's respawn. Well, that kind of sucks. I guess we'll have to find another place. We'll have to do it fast because we only have 11 minutes left. And it's also getting a lot harder to see what is dirty toxic water and what isn't, because with the sun setting, everything looks darker. And it looks like the sun is coming up again. That is blood red, my god. Never noticed that. Alright, 5% left. 1%. We're getting close. 100% completed. Heck yeah. We only have 9 energy cells left. That's pretty good. Alright, let's do the same thing we just did. Let's just respawn. Place our boat right here. Put everything back in. But alright with that, water has been 100% filtered. That is 642,232 cubic meters of water. That's insane. That took so long though, this last part. But we actually have a nice view now. And while we're basically done in Nova Terra, there's one more thing I want to do. That is build a proper base, because we don't have one yet. We basically live in this tiny shack. And just like every other planet, I want to have a main base that we can come back to once there is more content for the planet. And I have a fun design in mind. If it works is the other question. Because as you guys know, my designs are kind of more out of the norm than just build a regular home. Except for the very first planet. That was just a regular home. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.